Hey guys, let's get started on our first project today. And here it is, our jewelry box that we grabbed from Savers for $4.99. Quite the steal, quite the deal. And my mom requested a jewelry box, and so that was the perfect excuse to make one. So here we go. Let's unwrap it and make sure everything is functioning. So far, all the hooks are there. The drawers work very, very well. The top one is a faux drawer, mirror's in good condition. All right, so let's go ahead and clean her and scuff sand her. And that's what we did off camera. And here you do see us priming her. We're just using a roller. The priming, the scuff sanding, it promotes adhesion. So your prep work is really important. I recommend doing these things if you want a finish that's going to last. You don't do all this work and want it to chip, a day later. So here you see us scuff sanding it. Getting it ready to throw that Polynesian pink on. The star of our show, Polynesian Pink by Couture. Their eggplant as well, and their mineral paint, and their pitch black, and their chalk style paint. This is, again, if you couldn't tell, my favorite. She's my fave. Don't tell the other colors, but she's rich, she's vibrant, she's happy. She's so happy. I love her. And if this piece was for me, I would have let her live in her full bright glory. But again, this is for my mom, and her color schemes are black and brown. And when she told me that, I said, yeah, no. But I said, hey, how about this? I always loved your lipstick color scheme when I was a child. I actually wear the same one now. Let's do that. Let's do a nice bright pink middle and, a dark purple edge and maybe, a little bit of brown black. And she said, okay, let's do it. Plus, I'm getting a free jewelry box, whatever, Latasha. Do whatever you want to do. I said, perfect. So we're doing that. So covering it again in that Polynesian pink. And I do recommend 2 to 3 coats, but I got really excited when that pink went on and said, let's get some blending. And I did. I did, guys. I don't do what I do. Just do as I say. Don't do as I do. So I went ahead. It's gonna make more longer work for you, Get that base color on. So here's the eggplant. This is gonna be our shade. No shade, but it is going to be our shade. And I don't want it to feel like I gave her any shade because I didn't do her like Polynesian pink. Girl, you are that girl too. Okay, eggplant is that girl. Okay, don't sleep on eggplant. If you love a dark, deep purple, get her. Okay, sorry. I just felt like okay. Anyways, so we're gonna have to get that color on, and then we're gonna use our Pinkature brushes. They're 2-inch brushes. I think this is their flat oval. And we're going to use our first brush that's designated now for eggplant, and we're going to feather it into that Polynesian pink. And then we're going to use a swirling motion to really get rid of that line of demarcation. And then we're going to do the same thing with the Polynesian pink. I'm so sorry, guys, that my elbow's in the way and that you can't really see, but I do show you a couple times so you will be able to see. Get everything nice and blended. And this is our first coat, so just keep in mind this is a practice. Like this is a practice code. This is where you're gonna see, do I like it to be a little bit more pink? Do I like it to be a little bit more purple? You have plenty of time to perfect it and figure it out. And so I think sometimes it's a good idea to start your blending earlier because, do a couple times so you get it the way you like it. All right. And you can see I'm gonna change it up a little bit each time I do a piece, or unless I find way that I'm doing it and I like, and then I do that again. So again, this is your test. This is how we figure out, is this what I like? Do I want less brightness? Do I want more brightness? And you're gonna do about 2 or 3 coats of a blend. Well, I do. You do whatever you want to do. This is what I do. I was living these moments. I was living. I was also dying, just because I was like, oh, I don't know yet, guys. But you really do have to trust the process, and then you can see here it starts to come together, getting those blends really, really perfected. And we do blend the inside too, and here we are. The finish was just like I liked it, so I decided let's go ahead and seal it in. So between every element that you put on a piece, you're going to want to use sealer. It's your way of protecting your work. So if you put a transfer on, you're going to seal it in. If you do a raised stencil, then you're going to seal it in. Each step you want to seal in. Protect your work. And between each step, you're gonna not see me doing it, but just assume that I am doing it because you do need to. You don't. The worst thing you could do is like finish a step like a transfer and then forget that it's not sealed and like maybe you scratch it or maybe you drop paint on it and you can't get it off. If you drop paint over a sealed piece, you can wipe off the paint. So it's super important. Here's our Couture clear glazing base. And we're gonna go a little rogue here. We're using their pitch black chalk style paint, and we're gonna mix it up right in the top, guys. I don't have any containers. Send help because I don't have any. Right in the top it went, and I really like their glazing base. It mixes it up really nice. It lets the color be very vibrant and it's clear. So some that I've used are milky white and it changes the color, the tonality of the paint. This did not at all, and I love that. And this is what it looks like. So it makes your paint translucent and gives it a longer open time. Um, so yes, it's a really cool way to get different elements or looks on your paint. I don't know. It does stuff. You'll want to do it. You'll do it. Okay, so then you'll just use a paper towel and a little spritz of water, and I'm gonna wipe it back, and I'm also gonna use a patting motion to lift up some of it. And you can see it's leaving kind of like a mottled finish, like an aged finish. We're gonna do it on the front too again. Okay. I think it just matures the piece too. Again, it's a cool way to get all these different cool effects. And you can add color, like you can do a blue on a purple, and you're getting the color without taking away from the base. It's really interesting on medium. So of course, I'm extra. We do the back too. Hey, we do the back. It's a jewelry box. It's going to be sitting somewhere. Someone might turn around. And here we are taking our embossing medium. Oof, I love this stuff. I love a reed stencil, honey. So we're gonna mix them up with our pitch black chalk style paint. And I don't measure. I don't know. I don't measure. I measure with my eyes and my soul. Here I am mixing it up. If it feels right, I'll throw a little bit of that eggplant in. You want to keep everything in the right tonality. If it feels right, it works. We put a little spray of that stencil adhesive on, threw our stencil on, made sure everything was down good, good, good. And then we threw that embossing medium mixture on and pulled it up. And boom, it worked out. Just filling out a gap, filling in a gap. All right, throw a little transfer on the top from Redesign by Prima. Just threw that bad baby on there. Little stencil, little wording stencil on the top, little trellis on the side, and then put a little bit more of the stencil in the front. I really like the way that the green was popping with the purple pink mixture, and so I was living. I was like, yes, give me more of that. I made a little template because I'm going to add a iFlex mold, as you can see on there, and I needed to scour it. So I made a little template using some paint. We'll put that aside for now. And let's seal our piece. I told you, after each element, we're going to seal. And here we're going to bedazzle the side. I love sparkle. I'm sorry. I can't help it. My mom probably didn't really want it, but I did anyways. Now we're scouring our piece with a little heat knife. I'm going to dig out the middle of that mold. So these molds are so cool. Molds? Yeah, they're so cool. I love them. You can really transform a piece with them. Let's go ahead and paint that. We primed it. We're going to paint it in the Polynesian pinks. We're going to match it to our piece. So we're going to blend the edges. We're going to fill in that keyhole with the black, and that's what it looks like. We're going to mix up that clear glazing medium again and throw it on our keyhole. We're going to use a little Redesign by Prima white gold wax. Throw it on the edges here. And I threw it on my mold. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. UV resin. And threw it on my mold. And then we got rid of the excess. And then we cured it. And then I used a little glue. Um, yeah, I put a little super glue that I think it's like gel, and then UV resin, and we threw that on there. You know, we used the score that we made, and we cured that again. Then we're just putting a little bit extra, some blossoms on the front, taking that tape off because we're almost done. Yay! There she is. One little tassel completes the show. Oh my God, I love her. I want a whole bedroom set like this. I'm redoing my bedroom. Do you guys love her? I'm sorry. Let me be quiet. Oh, sparkle. I can't. Oh, that green. Do you guys love her? I had so much fun doing this. It's been such a long time. I'm glad I was able to do this for my mom. I love the fact that the colors are sentimental. And thank you for having me, Pinkature.